Sometimes you're going to get some news that's terrifying, but today we're going to give you some tools on how to respond to that terrifying news. And I'm going to tell you, the first thing you do when you get that reflex and it's scary, you've gotten the news, the diagnosis, or whatever it is, the obstacle that is in front of you is terrifying. But I'm going to tell you, the first thing that you got to do, you got to respond with prayer instead of panic. You've got to, number one, you must respond with prayer instead of panic. Look at what he did right here. He was terrified by the news, and what did he do? And begged the Lord for guidance. He also ordered everyone in Judah to begin fasting. What you got to do is you got to begin to, you got to respond with prayer instead of panic. Jehoshaphat, when he was faced with this army, the natural thing is to be scared, but his reflex, when you are scared, sometimes you make some hasty decisions. Anybody ever been afraid and made a bad decision? Purchased something that you shouldn't have purchased, or jumped out there, took a job you shouldn't have taken because you were scared? I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills, so you get an opportunity and you jumped at it because you were scared and it wasn't the right opportunity. Somebody else, you may have been afraid. Look, I'm afraid I'm going to be alone, and somebody is coming to your life, and you know in your heart of hearts that's not the man for you. That wasn't the man for you. But you said, look, I'm going to latch on to him because I'm scared, and you can make a bad decision. But Jehoshaphat didn't do that. I'm telling you, when the scary situation hits you, when that giant hits you, when that army is facing you, that obstacle is facing you, respond with prayer instead of panic. Jehoshaphat could have panicked. And if he panicked, what could he have done? You know what he could have done? He said, look, we're too small. We can't fight these people by ourselves. So what he could have done, he could have aligned with another nation close by and said, look, we're getting ready to fight these people. We need some help. He could have gone and called in reinforcements for some other surrounding nations. But if he had done that, you know what? He'd have been disobedient because God already told him not to have any unholy alliances. See, when you respond in fear, it could cause you to disobey God. But what you need to do, respond with prayer instead of panic. Look at verse 3. He was terrified, and what did he do? He begged the Lord for guidance. When you're facing a scary situation, is the first place you go to your knees, or is it to your phone? He said when he saw the army, he got on his knees, he begged the Lord for guidance, and then he didn't say, I'm going to enlist some other folks to pray with me